Hey, what's up, guys? It's Mark Petrie from Huntington Beach. I wanted to make a quick video about how I go about managing over 3 dozen clients. So that might sound crazy to some of you, but rest assured, I actually don't do it all by myself. When I had 2 dozen clients, I did, and that was actually a mistake. One thing you have to remember, guys, there are $10 an hour tasks, $100 an hour tasks, and $1,000 an hour tasks, okay? Some of the day-to-day stuff with Google AdWords, that's a $10 an hour task. If you're spending a lot of your time adding negative keywords, adjusting bids, doing that sort of thing, I'm sorry, but that's a $10 an hour task, okay? $100 an hour task might be something like doing sales. And a $1,000 an hour task might be actually hiring appointment setters, coming up with systems and processes. So you want to spend your time on those 100 or preferably $1,000 an hour tasks if you really want to up your income. All right, so that's essentially why you should hire someone to do some of the day-to-day stuff that is, come on guys, let's admit it, it's boring as hell. I really wish I would have done it sooner. So I hired someone on Upwork. I interviewed 5 different people. What I did is I added them all on Skype. I did Skype calls with each one of them. We went through one of my newer Google AdWords clients' accounts, and I asked them, hey, what would you do to improve this account? And so the guy who ended up being the best only charged $8 an hour. Can you believe that? So anyways, I hired him on the spot. One thing I learned from all this is in the beginning, I added him onto my account. He started making the changes, and a week went by, and I was thinking, okay, this might look bad. Go into the change history. It will show the email address making changes to the account. So I thought, and none of my clients mentioned this to me, but I was thinking if any of my clients look at that and they see some random email address making changes, they're not going to like that very much. So what I ended up doing is I ended up creating an email address just for making the changes, and I added that to all my accounts. So that my guy logs in under that email address, and then he makes the changes to the accounts. Another thing I would highly suggest is, unless you're looking to scale rapidly and you're looking to grow your company quickly and you don't want to do any sort of managing anymore, only hand off aged accounts that have a good CPA and that are doing really well, because you really don't want to be handing off new accounts to someone that might not have proved themselves. What I've found is most clients, if they leave, for me anyways, when I lose clients, it's usually in the first month. Okay, if I keep a client for a month or two, they usually stay for close to a year or longer. So only hand off old accounts. Next, I was trying to figure out, okay, what are some of the most, the day-to-day tasks that I don't, want to do anymore that this person could do? What are the most important things? Okay, so number one, I'm sure you guys have all run into this, payment issues. Okay, so once you have a couple dozen accounts, this can happen quite frequently. A payment issue happens, the account shut off, and trust me, you do not want to be in the position where an account shut down for 3 days and your client calls you asking you why the lead stopped. That looks really bad. It's happened to me before, and so that's why, in my opinion, at least Monday through Friday, you should be checking all of your clients' accounts every single day. If you don't have someone already doing this, you should be checking your clients' accounts every day. Nothing looks worse than the client contacting you about the payment issue. I came up with a few other KPIs. One, what's the CPA like? Okay, what's the cost per conversion? I generally, now I focus on one industry. Just a little side note here. Now, this is what makes being in one industry, there are so many advantages. This is another advantage because generally speaking, there's a CPA, an average CPA that everyone in my industry, if they have a decent campaign, should be under. Now, granted, some cities are cheaper than others, but imagine being in 10 industries with 30 different campaigns. That would make things a lot more confusing. So that is one nice thing. So that's one of my KPIs. um, is has the cost per conversion in the past 7 days been too high? Okay. And you'll see on this sheet, some of the CPAs look really high. Unfortunately, some of my clients aren't able to track every type of conversion. That's kind of another story. But so that's another KPI. And then did the budget spend? You know, if they've got a $100 a day budget and they've got a really low cost per conversion, but they're only spending $30 a day, that could be an issue as well. Okay, so I have my guy update this every day, Monday through Friday, and I check it every morning, kind of like, you know, the presidential daily briefing. This is my AdWords daily briefing. And so I check this every morning when I wake up to see if there's any issues going on. And then the other thing I have him do, now keep in mind, again, guys, these accounts are all proven themselves, they're all doing well. They've all been doing well for a while. So the other thing I have him do is add negatives. And so he's managing about 30 accounts for me right now because, as I said, there are several accounts that I manage myself that are newer. So he's adding probably for 6 accounts a day, he'll add negatives to each of those. So these are all obviously company names, and so we'll go through on Monday and he'll add negatives for 6 accounts. In the beginning, we didn't have a sheet like this. I just said go ahead and add negatives, and you know, just update me every day in Skype for you know how many different or which companies you added negatives for. Well, this didn't end up working out because he started adding the wrong negatives. He was adding the city name plus the service, which that's a very easy mistake to make, especially when you don't live in this country. So anyways, I said, look, let's just do you know, a Google spreadsheet for this as well. Just add the actual words, negative keywords you add on this sheet. I knew, look, it's going to take longer, but come on, guys, I'm paying $8 an hour. Even if it was $20 an hour, it is worth it because you add the wrong negative, as you guys know, and it can completely screw up the whole account. Okay, so that's what I have this guy doing. He spends about 2 hours a day on this, so I'm spending about $80 to $100 a week, which, I mean, that's that's not bad at all, right? To really, and it's not just what he's doing; it gives me peace of mind knowing that everything's being taken care of. You know, changes are being made to the accounts every week, and they are just getting better and better. You know, they're just not. I'm not just sitting on them. So that definitely gives me peace of mind, and it just frees up so much of my time to focus on other things. So I would definitely recommend it, guys. If you have even over a dozen clients, you know, get someone an hour a day to give you updates and, you know, add negatives. As far as bids, I know that's an important part of management. I actually have been doing and found a lot of success with target CPA bidding. Thank you, Zeke. Zeke was the guy who introduced me to that, and it's been working really well. So really appreciate it, Zeke. He's a super knowledgeable guy. You've probably seen him in the group. So the next thing I do is weekly reports. I send out my reports every Friday at 9 a.m. Pacific time, and I use Swidoo. And they've been working out really well so far. I know there's Google Data Studio, which is free. I actually haven't even checked it out. I believe if you have less than 20 accounts, it's $60 a month. I think I spend like $100 a month. So I might look into that. You know, $100 a month is $1,200 a year. That'd be nice to save that. But right now, this is all working so well. I'm happy with Swidoo so far. So yeah, anyways, guys, that's about it. But just think about how you're spending your time right now, because if you're an AdWords guy with less than 10 clients, unless you have some massive clients. Now, I'm not talking about you guys that are doing like $4,000 or $5,000 a month retainers. But if you have less than 10 clients and you're not getting more than $1,000 a client, I would definitely, and even if you are, I would definitely recommend handing off some of the day-to-day, monotonous, simple tasks, and also getting updates on your account so you don't have to log in and check each one of them. it's worth it. There are so many great people out there who know AdWords that can help you out. And it's just given me so much more time to focus on those $100 an hour and $1,000 an hour tasks. And make no mistake about it, the more you do of those things, the more money you will make. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. Let me know what you think about the video, and I will probably have another one here in the next few days. All right, have a great one.